morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Zwift Live broadcast of the weekly windup. I'm Nathan Guerra, the host of the weekly windup, which should be every week now. More bite-sized version, though, of the weekly windup that we're going to be doing. We are featuring, though, here every single week what is happening in current events, esports, as well as achievements in the Zwift community each and every week. So if you do have something that's happening in the community, make sure to let us know in the comments, get a hold of us on Facebook, wherever it may be. You can reach out to us. You can even message me myself, Nathan Guerra, if you're friends with me on Facebook. But let us know what's happening, and we'll try and highlight it if it's of note. So let's get right into it. What is going on this week? First up and foremost, we are definitely wanting to highlight this. It was put on my radar this past week, and we have a 24-hour vEverest challenge actually going down starting today at noon, and it is for charity. It is noon to noon, February 18th, 2020, today, all the way through 24 hours to the next day is the time to complete it. There is, and this is being put on by Broken Spoke Bikes in Green Bay, Wisconsin. A little bit more information about what is going on here. As you can see, you meet, ride, and donate. They're going to repeat the Alp to Zwift, 29,000 feet of climbing as a relay team or solo. You can donate the donation link, and all of the information for this entire broadcast for each and every one of the things we're talking about is linked below in the YouTube as well as in the Facebook post. Now, every single dollar that is raised with this is going to be matched by the Green Bay Packers Give Back as well as the Greater Green Bay Community Foundation. So the Packers Foundation as well as the Greater Green Bay Community Foundation are doubling every single dollar from noon to noon today through noon tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. Now, this is with Team Triumph. What the heck is that all about? This is an amazing charity that just got put on my radar. It is all about getting those who have disabilities across the finish lines into events that they would not be able to do otherwise with able-bodied people. It's a really cool foundation. I'm absolutely loving what they're up to, and they have a big goal to hit, and this is the setup here, as you can see, up in Green Bay at Broken Spoke. They actually have a Wahoo kicker bike on site there, which looks, I don't know how they got a hold of one of those so quick. I've been like, where can I get one of these things? But it looks like they're going to be doing teams as well as solo there. Go ahead and check that out. If you're unfamiliar with how you Everest out on Zwift with this specific challenge, thanks to Velo Viewer, we have a little bit of stats here. 7.5 miles per climb, 3,400 feet, 21 hairpins, 8.5% average grade 8 times. So that's what they're looking at for, that's what they're looking at. This is the stats. That's what they're looking at. I'm going to be also helping out. I am not doing a vEverest today. Just so everybody knows, it says that, now there's the link in the live stream here and then the YouTube about doing the vEverest. I am not doing it. I'm just going to jump in with Broken Spoke and ride along. If you want to ride along with them, there is a meetup that you can get into. I believe that the organizer has a meetup out there. I'm going to try and get you guys links. Message me about it. I'll see if I can get you guys into the meetup. I've been invited to the meetup. 50 people is the max for it, but just jump in with the Broken Spoke people. I'm going to be doing that as well, and we'll get this done today over the next 24 hours. Starting at noon, if you are going to donate, don't wait until noon because everything doubled from noon with that Green Bay Packers Foundation, that they're going to double everything that comes in. Very cool. Absolutely loving that Broken Spoke is doing this. Now, that's the community event that we're highlighting this week. If you got a community event, charity event, whatever's going on, we want to highlight it. Let us know. Let us know what's coming up. Now, on to eSport. Before we talk about the actual races that are going on this week, what is this? UCI Cycling Esports Regulations have been released. Zwift Insider just did a post on it. Check out the link down below. They got all the information over there. Eric Schlang, you did a great job putting things together, getting all the information, highlighting what's important, what's not important. I would definitely expect this to be talked about on the next Zwiftcast as well. There's been a little bit of chatter going on between myself and Simon and Shane Lalama about what's going on there. So make sure to check out that. There's regulations and they're interesting. It's very cool that we're taking some steps in these directions. And there's a lot of chatter though going on in all the Facebook spaces. Go ahead and check all of that out as well. So, all right. But in this week in esports, there is a new series actually being launched, and definitely want to chat about this because it changes things up a little bit about the live streams. We actually have Felt.dk is actually launching a series of their own. And you can see right here on their website, actually, that and it's all in Danish, I can't read any of it, but they have over 250 people have signed up for this. It's definitely focused, though, on the Scandinavian countries. If you look at the start list here, DBR is in here, we've got Fusion Development, we've got Calais is in there, we've got PO Auto, we've got Vikings. So it's definitely more focused toward that Scandinavian start list, but it definitely has some of the top esports teams. And I find this interesting because there is kind of a little bit of I wouldn't say a split, but like people are racing a little bit more regionally now because that's launching today. That is going to start at 13:15 my time, so that is going to be 7:15 UK time. But then also there's a mini series going on here, Supercritical 3-hour race series, that is going to be pretty cool. That's doing Libby Hill on the new Richmond course that does the fans flat with a Libby Hill after party. So they're going to do 5 flat laps up on the upper part of Richmond and then do a finish lap, a finish up over the top of Libby Hill. Pretty cool new Supercritical mini-series. This will not have a live stream this week. We may have a live stream of it next week. But what's cool about this that I've noticed is that they have started to kind of, because of these different series that are like this, we're starting to see a situation where these teams are signing up a little bit more regionally. Evoke, more the North American teams are, North American / Western European teams are starting to sign up. Brian Hodges, we're seeing Adam Zimmerman, who's been absolutely on fire, won a KISS 100 race just a couple of weeks ago. The draft team is showing up. We're seeing 3R obviously are showing up. We've got some innovation up in here. So if you're looking for a race later today, that's going to be at 13:40 or 7 my time, which is CST. That's 1:40 p.m. as well as going on obviously 7. It's also happening over in Europe at 7:40 p.m. All right. So also then moving on into the week. That's for Tuesday. Everything going on Tuesday, the vEverest Challenge. We've got as well as the new Danish bike riders stream with Alex Rasmussen, who's going to be commentating on that. But then on Wednesday, something interesting has popped up on the radar of a lot of some back channels as well as on ZwiftPower.com. I noticed, if you head on over to ZwiftPower.com, some Zwift beta races have popped up. They had one last week with the men. They've got one this week with the women. Actually, 1, 2, 3 of them. All with some of the top women, Vicky Whitelaw, Rachel Elliott, Jennifer Reel, so Ione Johnson, Zwift Academy finalist. So some of these top women are going to be racing now. It is not going to be live streamed on any of the spaces that are Zwift Community Live or Zwift Live, but down below in this live stream, there is a link to the Twitch directory for all of the Twitch streams, the game directory for Zwift on Twitch. Make sure to go check that out. I've been told by Canyon ZCC as well as a few other of the esports teams that they are streaming these races from Racer Perspective. If you want to check out the beta racing, it looks like they will be streaming those. They are starting at 1:30 p.m. On Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Wednesday, my time. That's Central Standard Time. That's going to be 7:30 p.m. UK time. So if you want to check out Zwift Beta Racing from a live perspective, from the racer's point of view for the women's side of things, it looks like they're going to be on the Downtown Dolphin, followed up by the Bell Lap, and then a Richmond UCI Reverse. 3 different races from what I can see. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out and why they are separating them out like that. It looks like maybe back-to-back tournament-style racing? I'm not sure. We've been really excited about maybe something like that coming down the road, though. All right, so next up, obviously, all the hype as of recently, where everybody's showing up, the Calais Cup, and they have put together an amazing race series. I've absolutely loved this. Here's the current race schedule, and as you can see, we're going to be out on the 2015 UCI Worlds course for 3 laps. That stream is already scheduled, and that is linked down below in the Facebook as well as the YouTube description. So if you want to check out the live stream, go ahead and click that link and hit you want to watch, interested, or tune in live. There's all kinds of, hit the notification bell if you want to watch the Calais Cup, because we'll be on that. I believe I'll have either Alex or Dave Tolley on that with me, and I'll be commentating that this week. Now, what has Calais Cup been all about this week? Phillips. It's been James Phillips nonstop. The UK national champion cannot be stopped. He's like 15th wheel with 200 meters to go. Look at him come flying through. Every single race he has won like this in a sprint. And Canyon ZCC have been showing up with big hitters just in support. Deigner as well as Stevie Young were in this race, bringing back anything, doing amazing lead outs. They've been posting all about it on social media. Make sure to go follow all those guys and all the spaces because they do an amazing job in their Instagram stories to follow up with everything, as well as Canyon ZCC. They're showing up and they are getting primed, obviously, for nationals. And with the World Championships being announced, with the new UCI regulations that we just saw with esports, they're obviously on the radar. But, you know, we're saying Phillips. He, you know, I want to say that there's riders that are kind of breathing down their neck a little bit, but the reality is that these boys have just been a little bit unstoppable. James Phillips, 105 points. I'm going to see if I can make this a little bigger for all y'all. And 105 points currently, you know, being chased down by Martin Olsen, but not by much. Kirchmer cycling pretty far off from these standings here. Now, this is the international standings. As you can see here, there are also in the Calais Cup Norwegian-only standings. 86 points currently for Almdal. Calais are just dominating their cup out there right now. So amazing job to them. Then in esports, also coming up after that later in the day, a new race series. If you're unfamiliar with this, I'm glad we're live very early in my AM. So those of you that are in Europe, as well as maybe still awake barely in Australia, and then maybe some of those that are just waking up in the Americas, or if you see this during the day later, there is a new race series that we are in partnership with Koa Sports doing broadcast with. Koa Sports have done an amazing job week after week. We started this in December, if you're unfamiliar with it. They've been doing these great broadcasts. They've got awesome productions, and they're running it all on their own now. We kind of launched them into it and trained them into it, and now they have really taken the bull by the horns, and it's absolutely awesome what they're doing. Make sure to check out the Koa Sports races on the 24th and the 20th. As you can see, the different time, well, that's just from different time zones there, but it's going to be 1800, 6 p.m. EST, that's 5 p.m. my time, that the broadcast does go live. That's Central Standard Time, or 8 or 10 AEDT. They have a pre-show live racing and a wrap-up. They're going to be live both on Zwift Community Live as well as cross-posted over to their Koa Sports. It's going to be live on Twitch, YouTube, everywhere that we're always live, that we're live right now. And that's our weekly wind-up. That's what's happening this week. This is just a quick, bite-sized, very consumable what's happening out on Zwift each and every week. And now if you want to have your stuff featured, we want to have personal stories, we want to have team stories, we want to have what's going on big with group rides. If there's some sort of celebrity jumping in with your group rides, if there's some sort of spotting, make sure to let us know. It's all about the current events, it's all about esports, and it's all about the achievements in the community. One more shout out, vEverest happening later today, noon to noon. Make sure to check that out. I'm going to be live, Gogoguerra, 6 hours into their efforts, doing a couple of the, maybe one up the Zwift. We'll see. Nathan's legs are a little bit tired. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you later today on the Gogoguerra. I'll be in chat for some of the esports later today, probably as well as watching some of the beta racing. And we'll see you Thursday, obviously, for the Calais Cup as well as Koa. As always, everybody, ride on.